There are some things that basically everyone on the planet can relate to. And standing in a ridiculously long airport line has got to be one of them. So today, we're going to tear that whole experience apart. We'll look at the Emirates check-in process at Dubai International to figure out why we're always waiting and, more importantly, how airports are building a future where we just won't have to.
Oh, you know the feeling. You've packed everything, you're excited for your trip, feeling great, and then you walk into the terminal and bam, you see it. The line. And just like that, all that excitement just deflates.
Yeah, that feeling. Your eyes trace this giant snake of people, you glance at your watch, you check your boarding time, and you start doing that frantic mental math, right? Am I going to make it? It's this special kind of modern-day stress. But what if I told you this whole frustrating mess is actually a solvable problem? To solve it, we've got to understand it first. So let's map out the whole journey. We're going to use a massive international hub as our example, the Emirates terminal in Dubai, and really break down what's supposed to be a simple, easy process.
Okay, so on paper, it looks super simple. 6 logical steps. You arrive, you queue, you check docs, drop bags, get your pass, and head to security. Easy. But this perfect, neat little blueprint, well, that's where the trouble starts. By looking at these steps, we can pinpoint exactly where that smooth flow just completely breaks down. So where does this perfect little plan go so wrong? All right, let's put on our detective hats and investigate what's really going on. Why does this river of people so often turn into a stagnant, frustrating pond?
The key idea here is the bottleneck. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a 4-lane highway that suddenly, for no good reason, squeezes down into 1 lane. It doesn't matter how fast you were going before that point, the speed of the entire system is now dictated by that single tiny pinch point. And, well, airport check-in is just full of them. And here they are, the usual suspects. That quick document check, suddenly it's a 10-minute drama over an expired passport or a missing visa. The baggage drop? It turns into a chaotic scene of someone frantically repacking their entire suitcase on the floor because it's 2 kilos over. And sometimes, the line itself is the problem. One tricky check-in can hold up an entire line of 30 people, while the agent right next to them is just standing there with no one to help. Okay, enough with the problems. Let's talk solutions, because this is not some impossible puzzle. There are some brilliant and often really simple fixes that can turn the check-in hall from a stress zone into a super efficient machine.
So here's the crazy part. A huge chunk of these delays get started before anyone even gets to the front of the line. The problem begins with things like missing paperwork or overweight bags, stuff that, honestly, could have been sorted out days before even leaving the house. And the fix is, you guessed it, surprisingly simple, just talking to people ahead of time. Imagine getting an email a week before your flight that says, "Hey, just so you know, your destination requires this specific visa." Or a text the night before. "Friendly reminder, your bag can't be over 23 kilos. These tiny little nudges solve huge problems before they even have a chance to happen.
Okay, this is one of my favorite parts, the actual science behind the line itself. You know how some places have a separate line for each counter? That's a huge gamble. You could accidentally pick the one slow lane and be stuck forever. The solution? That single, winding, serpentine line that feeds into all the counters. It guarantees no agent is ever just waiting around, it averages out the wait time for everybody, and you know what? It just feels fairer. It's a simple change in geometry with a massive impact.
But, tweaking the process is just step 1. The real game changer is technology. We're moving away from simply making the line faster and toward a world where, for a lot of us, the line might not even exist at all.
30%. Just let that sink in. That's how much you can slash the average wait time by combining these smarter processes with new tech. Think about it. For every 20 minutes you used to stand around feeling anxious, you could be spending 6 of those minutes grabbing a coffee instead. That's not a tiny tweak, it's a completely different travel experience.
And this is how we get there. Each one of these innovations is designed to take one annoying manual step out of the equation. Self-service kiosks let you weigh and tag your own luggage. Biometrics means your face literally becomes your boarding pass. No more fumbling for documents. An off-site check-in? You could drop your bags at your hotel and then just stroll right into the airport and straight to security.
And this all points to a massive shift in thinking. The goal isn't just to manage a line of people anymore. It's to engineer a system of pure, uninterrupted flow. To make your entire journey, from the moment you step out of the car to the moment you get to your gate, feel like one smooth, effortless movement.
This quote just nails the challenge airports are facing. They have to roll out all this incredible new technology, while millions of people are still using the old system every single day. It's like trying to rebuild a highway and upgrade it to a maglev train track during rush hour without closing a single lane. It is an absolute masterpiece of logistics.
And that leaves us with one last big idea. These principles, finding the bottlenecks, communicating ahead of time, using tech to create flow, they don't just apply to airports. Think about it. The line of the grocery store, the doctor's office, the DMV. Once you understand how to deconstruct a queue, you've got the key to making so many parts of our daily lives better. The only question is, where do we point it next?